everyone, I am Cherie. You can just call me Michelle. And welcome back to my channel called Cherie. Today I'll be doing a video and I want to make it some sort of series, kind of just around 5 things that basically 5 things I want to talk about. And today's edition of 5 things will be about 5 books that were assigned reading in high school that I loved. Kind of a wordy title, but I can't really figure out how to make it shorter or more eloquent. So 5 books that were assigned in high school that I really liked reading and really enjoyed. So we'll just hop right into it. This first one is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. And a lot of people read this in high school. If not, I'd be surprised. If you haven't, you should read it because it is important. It's not like the most pleasant book to read. It's actually quite disgusting. It makes you sick, but it's full of literary value. And it has important themes, and it says important things about society. And I should read you my I have my little book journal here with me. This is the well-decorated composition notebook that I use to record all the books I've read, and I've kept this since 2002. And I just write down the book I read and a little thing about it. And for this one, I wrote the following description, if I can find it in here. Okay, so this is what I wrote in my book journal about The Lord of the Flies. A crazy book about this group of boys that are in a plane crash and are stranded on an island. They turn into savages, kill pigs, and murder their fellow men. So that's a good summary of the book. I told you it wasn't pleasant, but it is important, and so that's why this book is one of my 5 things. This next book is a bit more pleasant than Lord of the Flies. It is called The Chosen by, I'm sorry, Mr. Potok, but I don't know how to say your name correctly. I'm gonna guess Kayam Potok. So The Chosen is this really wonderful book about these 2 Jewish boys from different groups in the Jewish religion, and it talks about their relationship as friends and their relationship with their fathers and their families, and also it brings up issues of the Holocaust in World War II because it's happening at the time this book takes place. And I just remember being completely enthralled in this story when I first read it my senior year of high school. And I found it touching and inspiring and interesting, and I just loved it. It just stuck with me. It's stuck with me for a long time, and I'm actually rereading it just a little bit here and there between other books I'm reading, and I'm about halfway through. Ooh. And look at the bookmark I found for it. It's perfect because it's this girl playing baseball, and in this book they play baseball. So it's very appropriate as a bookmark for this book. It's one of my top 10 books of all time. I loved this book so much. I'm so glad and thankful that my teacher assigned this book to us. So this next one is The Alchemist by another author whose name I can't pronounce correctly, Paulo Coelho. Anyway, he wrote a magnificent book, and it's very simple and short, but it's also inspiring, and another enthralling and intriguing story about this boy who tries to go on a treasure hunt, basically. He's on a quest for treasure. He meets some characters along the way, of course, that's how books go. It discusses like worldly treasure and inner treasure, I guess is what you could call it, and your quest for something, and it is very inspiring. I think everyone should read this book, and it's super short. It's only this big. It's so good though, and it even says on the cover, an international best-selling phenomenon, The Alchemist. So this book is also amazing. Also in my top 10, there are some very good lines in it. Let me see if I've underlined some good. Oh, this is cute. He learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke, the language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding in their heart. It was love. Something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. That's nice. Oh my gosh, I love books. We are afraid of losing what we have, whether it's our life or our possessions and property, but this fear evaporates when we understand that our life stories and the history of the world were written by the same hand. That's another good quote. So this book is full of wonderful quotes and wonderful messages, and everyone should read it, basically. I remember being assigned this book my junior year of high school, and I was so excited about it because I absolutely am so interested in the 20s, and this is The Great Gatsby by the one and only F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I just loved reading this book with my class and analyzing the symbols and the characters and the issues it brings up with the 20s and prohibition and affairs and things like that. And also, I distinctly remember discussing even just the cover artwork in class, which I've never, like you pay attention to the cover of a book, but you don't always analyze it very much. And so I loved that part too, analyzing the cover art from the carnival-like setting here that looks so exciting and fun to the greenish colored tear falling from the eye of this lady, and in her eyes are two naked bodies. This cover art is full of stuff, and I remember that my teacher, told us that this artwork was made specifically for the cover of this book, so it's there's stuff in there that means something. So it's from reading this book that I learned to love analyzing books and literature, and finding the deeper meanings of something that seems not so important but is actually incredibly important, like just the character names of Daisy and Myrtle. I remember discussing that in class, and I found that so interesting. And then the 20s and the American dream, or lack thereof, and the lights and the silk shirts, and it was amazing. And I have yet to see the new movie that came out with Leonardo DiCaprio, but I really do want to see it. I'll watch it someday, and I hope it lives up to the amazing story that this is. It's also in my top 10. Just saying. So this next book is one of the most clever books I've ever read, and it is called The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Alexander Dumas? I don't know how to say anybody's names, I guess. Anyway, so The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, or Dumas, whatever. And like I said, this book is one of the most clever books and stories I've ever read. Once it gets to a really high level of clever, it just jumps 10 more levels, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And I just love the story, and the movie's really good too. I think I watched the movie before I read the book, and I loved the movie. I think it has Dumbledore in it. And even though this book is huge, I remember being quite intimidated when we were assigned this in one of my English classes, because it's so big, but it's it doesn't even matter because you love reading it, every page and every chapter. And it's just full of all these clever schemes and plans, and it's easy to read too. It doesn't seem it doesn't read like an old book, if that makes sense. And it's just full of this amazing story about revenge and vindication and about vengeance, and I loved it. I will reread this one day. I do really want to. Please read it and be amazed and entertained by this intriguing, interesting, clever story. So that is my 5 things I'll be sharing today. Thank you so much for watching. I will put my links down below in the description box of other places I can be found around the internet. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to be aware of the other videos I post. And please leave a comment down below listing some of your favorite books that teachers assigned you to read in high school. So I would love to know what other people have liked, and I can add it to my list of books I need to read, along with, rereading all of these books, because talking about them makes me kind of want to just sit at home and do nothing and just read these books. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!